So we ask a big question. Pop, 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 pop. Dream. Oh,
Hey,
you mean?
I'm here. Hey guys. Hey guys. I had a few people come in my DM yet last week wondering why we were not live. I just love how y'all were looking forward to this. I love how y'all love these Sunday lives.
Yeah, cool, Gyalis. You just ask a man the same thing.
She said, I
When my
can't.
deal with when want from you. I write up, you could touch in the night, yeah.
Yeah, what do you want from me? That's a real good topic to touch into. Mm.
Yeah, man. What you want from me? What like what you want? What you really want? What we doing? What is it we're doing here? You know, what the objective? What the goal? What we are strive for? What we not strive for? Tell me what you want, and me give you make you go on. Type of vibes. Yeah.
That's a
We
good
are
one.
ask question them, you know. And there
Because
are
a lot.
some people say then get tied. And I know they tie something there, I wouldn't use a rope they use and tie them or you know, why them can't leave or what hole you saw. You know, what they have for reason about all of them things that tonight. You understand? I'm here the ladies them a ball out. Me hear the woman them a ball out. I'm here the man you know the difference. Man not too ball enough.
Yeah,
Oftentimes men just eh?
they just roll with the punches a little bit. They don't really ball out until the woman ball too long, and then they say, you know what? Since you balling, let me say what I feel. Then that's
All
when
right.
they want to.
Well on the little gym because for some reason your phone is a little low. I can hear you, but
Can
it's
you
a
hear
little
me
low.
now?
But I know if I something you can turn up some more.
I
I
can hear
remember
you. Can you hear
from
me?
my phone. Let's see.
I think it's
My
you.
thing up.
Can y'all hear
Everything
me?
book. Maximum. All
Golden
right.
Gal, can you hear me?
Everybody can hear good. Just type in a comment. May I hear you clear. May I hear dream clear. Type in a comment because I want to make sure say everybody. All right, dream I go unplug and replug. You see it? Yeah, but we are asking a real question tonight. What you want? What you want from me? You understand? What you want? I want to know what you want and I want to know no. I eat that. I just say it there in a real life.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think I was saying that I was agreeing with you. A lot of times men they don't complain about their problems until the woman complain long enough. After she in hour three, then they want to bring up their problems. Like, oh well, I didn't like when you nigga, that was 3 weeks ago. You should have been said that shit. Like, that's over. That expired. That complaint expired already.
Yeah. But you know, sometimes the thing expire to me or expire to you and don't expire for the next person. You have some people hold the thing in, and they don't deal with it as it come up,
Yeah,
So I'm saying?
a lot of women strategically find out information that their man don't know that they know, and they hold it, put it in their back pocket, sit on it, and keep filling the pocket
Then
up.
and then now them have 20,000 things sitting on. And then I'll say, you know what, I'm done. I'm ready to leave. I will never work out. None of the problem them.
Right. Yep. Yep. So I think that that's definitely
No,
something that.
cool girl. No, 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 no. Cool girl. Me not go make you beat the man them say no. I bet you say you're a man in a cool girl. How
She
what you
said,
do to me?
"Let me read it. Let me read it." Guys don't want nothing, but they just want you around. And when you decide to leave, it be like, "Hey, where you going?" Kissing my teeth. Damn, guys don't want nothing, but then when you leave, damn, that's deep.
That deep, you have to come break that down, and
That-
explain that to
That's
us.
heavy. That's heavy.
What
Yeah, we
you are
need.
talk about.
Yeah, yeah, we need a little more, baby. I'm here with you though, Coolie Gal. I'm here with you, but tell me what you mean. I
Yeah.
think too, a lot of people are not upfront with what they want. Like I used to have a problem with the fact that men wanted something from me. Like everybody I dated me because I was some type of benefit. But then I looked at it like you shouldn't be dating anybody unless they're a benefit to you. So it's really not a bad thing. But I think people should be upfront about the reasons why they are interested in people and the reasons why they do get into relationships or why they want, to be with somebody.
Yeah. That's in the perfect world. And that's the fact that we all are different. You
Yeah.
see what I say?
Mm-hmm.
And some people will express themselves. Some people you have to go read them like a book. It's just different type of people. And We just come to realize, say, what you know. For me, and my type, knowing yourself, we better off set you out to figure out who is better for you or who is right for you. You see me I say? By just knowing your personal self. Knowing the things that you like, the things you don't like, the type of person you are you a reserved person, are you a outgoing, bold person? You understand me I say?
Yeah, so
and choose accordingly.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's easier to know right up front whether the person is for you or not. Sometimes it's easier to know, like, okay, this person is not outgoing. I'm looking for somebody that's outgoing. I'm looking for somebody that's fun, good spirited. This is not the person for me. They're very dry. They're very low spirit. So sometimes it's easy to see it, but sometimes the person may look like the right person for you. It may seem like it, feel like it, look like it, and then as time go on, it may or may not be.
So, for example, feel like the people in where inside our relationship, the Jamaican word is tight. Like when I'm in a relationship and them can't get out for whatever reason. See? What all them people in a relationship are what? And try to understand this something.
A lot of things. I think a lot of things hold people in relationships. I think the biggest thing is fear of being alone or fear of not having that person and whatever they provide for you. Like whether it be that comfort that they provide, that companionship, that's your friend, you know, y'all built whatever y'all built together. So I think fear of losing that is the biggest thing for genuine people. Now, for people that's scheming and plotting, it's going to be fear of losing whatever that they plotting and scheming on, benefiting from you or whatever the case may be. So if a female fucking with a nigga for his bread and the nigga say he don't want to fuck with her no more and she thinking about that bad cut off, how I'm about to pay my bills, how I'm about to, you know what I mean? So now she holding on to him for dear life, you know. But some people may really love somebody. Like I've been in a relationship I couldn't leave because I love the person. Like I love them like deeply, you
Right.
know.
Me here ask the question where you want from me, but it's a big question because you want me now. And everybody can tell everybody what they want from them. Like for example, support me in it for the hustle. See? When you take care of me and me I look some pussy see him with. Me can't tell you that.
Why can't you?
Hmm?
Why you can't tell me? Why you can't tell me that? I feel like a man.
Because I tell you that the whole of my plan mash up.
I think a man could tell a female more than they think.
I would agree.
It's not what you tell her, it's how you tell her and a number of other things. But I think they could tell a female
So
more
no.
than
We could try this. We could try this. We could try this. We could try this. See? We link up with dreams. See? And things are going good. I can't say, yo, the thing I go work out. You know, the first meet and thing, you know. Wait. Can't sit here, you hear me? Be honest with you. We just want to go and fuck you still now. You want to take care of me. You know, that cool.
right.
We can't tell you that.
You know, if I'm not with it, I'm not with it. But I'd rather a nigga keep it real because I might be like, you know what? It might be somebody I really fuck with. Like, let's say if it's a guy I'm dealing with, I met him, we really cool. He like, yo, I'm down right now. Like, I'm fucking with you heavy, but you know, I need you to hold it down right now. I might be with it, maybe not. Like, I might be with it, maybe not. But it's up to you. You should give me that option. Like, but that's
Yeah,
wild. That's wild though.
that,
That's a wild. Like, that's a
but
wild.
the bigger viewer said that that's why people deceptive because what we need to understand is that different people in the thing for different reasons. See? So we wouldn't even blame the person in it for whatever reason. I'm gonna blame me for not figuring out what this person want from me because everybody will come in my life. The first thing me ask my question, what you want from me? In every situation, whether it's work, whether it's business, me have to figure out what you want from me because you want something from me. That's why me there say right now, you want something from me. So my job have to figure that out. Well, if you was me, I say. Because
Yeah.
people are out there who are deceptive and that's what they do. That's what some people do for a living. You have to understand that. So, you know, to protect yourself and not get caught up, you have to ask yourself the important question then.
And that somebody said, bigger view said, so that's why people are so deceptive because they want to take advantage of another person. And that's when it becomes wrong. You know, that of course nobody's not going to accept you saying to them, hey, I want to take advantage of you, dummy. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna be like, yeah, come on, let's go for the ride. Like, you know, nobody's really gonna do that. So you're right. That is why people are so deceptive.
When come and say, yo, I want to take advantage of you. I mean, You see me I say? We lost her, but she soon forward. And maybe a little internet problem or a little this or a little that. All right, Sierra. Come in, battery. Yeah. So big of you, I say, in that regards, being truthful doesn't pay off.
Yeah, sorry, y'all.
And see, and I really thought that. In that regard, being truthful now will pay off if that's the game that you're playing.
Yeah,
But again,
because my
there's
thing,
a time and a place for everything.
yeah, because I'm really confused at how people looking for a payoff. The fuck? You know what I mean? You coming to me, you talking about not too big of you, but you coming to me talking about being truthful ain't gonna pay off. Why you looking for a payoff?
Because that's my hustle, that's my game, and that me I deal with. You just happen that you get played.
Oh shit.
So what?
Somebody said, yes, big of you. I felt that with my last relationship. Damn. That was always a thing anyway, too, because I used to fuck with Jamaican niggas, you feel me? So, excuse my language, anybody, you know, we Gyalis, bro. But I used to fuck with Jamaican niggas, so it was always a question of, like, do you fuck with me like you say you do, or you just trying to get yourself situated? You know what I mean? Like, it was always that question of, because met some people who was trying to get themselves situated, you feel me? And a person I met that told me straight, like, yo, I do fuck with you, but obviously my first priority is to get myself situated. So he broke it down to me. He broke it down to me in a way that I understood it. And then I think we talked about it too on Gyalis Road. And I think we talked about the fact that if the person is thirsty for water, they have no water where they are, and they see a man that's coming from a place that's wealthy in water, what they gonna think about when they see that man? It's not that they trying to be fucked up or they trying to be bad. It's that they have to survive. The first thing they're gonna think about is that survival. That's the water man. That's the person that needs that has what I need the most. So it's a thing.
First thing you have to realize, see, I'll talk to specifically our female audience. See, men, 99% of what men do is for women.
Yeah.
Okay? A pretty carry out a door, not really for me. No, not really. But when my drive and go to the road and them thing there. You understand me, I say?
Yeah.
Of a woman. The big house we buy and the clothes that we wear and the how we attire ourselves and of a woman. You understand me, I say? The things that we do it for women. Now, as I said, different men have different reasons for doing what they do. For some man, either them hustle, either them job, that them do. You understand? Him get woman, get things from them. When the one in our work, he move on to the next. See?
Yeah.
You have another man out there where I try to find a certain type of girl, and he might go through 10 or 20 or 50 or 100 girl before he find that one way I look for. You understand me I say?
Yeah.
Now, for the women, them, it's easy to fall anywhere in between because everybody want to be the one. Every one of these women want to be the one, the special one. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about this multiple times on Gyalis Road. Before you even want something out there, you have to know yourself and make yourself the thing the way you want. You understand? Where you have to offer. Why you have all of them, all of this big expectation. What you giving in return? You understand? And oftentimes when we ask someone them question, what you have to offer? Me hear some lame ass fuckery, like everything. Me have the whole package. Me have, like for real?
Mm-hmm.
You have a pussy, every woman have one. I mean, what's so special about you? Why you?
Mm-hmm.
You understand me I say? We have to give to get. We can't forget the something there. Some people just want get, and no want give.
That's the truth.
You understand? She want a man we can't take care of her, a man we can't do this, a man. You want a bomber class Superman, where you have to give him?
Mm-hmm.
The man where you want a 1% of them in the world. Why you? Why you deserve the man there? Where you have to give him?
That's the
You
truth.
understand what I say? And then you have another step woman now. She want the man there. But she put herself down yourself and she deal with them man they over there so. And them man they what she said she want up there so. Now deal with her because of the affiliation what she have with them man they down there so. And she don't even see that she said she saw it. You understand? Because every man she get abuse her. Because you deal with them man they down there so, them man they over there so. But if you understand me, I say you're a choice, you know. And no man put that on you, you know.
Right.
You understand me, I say? We all have, we make choices and we have to pay for the choices, then we make choices not free around here.
Yeah, they not. Them motherfuckers cost. When I say them bitches is
It's
expensive.
not free around here. You see me, I say? Every, as I say, every action have it equal in opposite reaction. You see what I say? Them say free speech, but speech not really free because it have a reaction. Just like choice. Choice not free, it have a reaction around here.
It does. It really does. And that's a deep way of looking at it. That a choice is just like it is an action, right? It's an action. Every action.
You understand? You choose that.
Right.
So why me to come pay for that? And then you have another set of people now mash up themselves, run on a bankruptcy down there so and then them expect a man over here to come save them. Why you think him I go take on all of that after you don't put yourself through that? You go some bump, you have 5 pitney for some bumbuckler idiot man down there so. Or 3 or 4 idiot man down there so and then me there so I work, I put myself together and you think say it right for me, come take up the whole of your problem. You not think.
Yeah.
Me not saying that happen for some. Of course it happen for some. But it not gonna happen for most. You see what I say?
Right.
They say we got you say speech free, but it have consequences. Of course.
He said after we reach around 12th grade, males and females go into survival mode and competition.
Yeah.
We then learn to use deceptions toward our end goal or advantage. And like sometimes, honestly, bigger view, sometimes I think about starting to do that. Like I think like maybe I should do that. You know, maybe I should use deception to my advantage and use my gifts and, you know, my glam to get what I want out of people. But I don't want nothing out of them but their truth and their honesty and shit like that. So it's like, but it's like everybody else out here being bad and deceptive. Why can't I? Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I use what?
As I said, it's a choice. And you can choose to do that too. See? You can choose to do that, you know. But you have to just remember, say it have consequences. There's something that comes with that. When you choose that life, something come with it, you know. And just all the glamour, it have the opposite reaction of that too.
Like what? Because I'm not seeing it. But motherfuckers is out here having.
All right. Let me give you the opposite reaction. Let me give you some of them. See?
Motherfuckers out here.
Huh? You see, Jackass said the world no level, you know. And a lie Jackass are telling you. You see me I say? The world no level, it have hill and valleys. You know see? And being men and women, we're so similar but so different. And the things that we work for man now go work for woman. And the things that we work for woman now go work for man. Yeah. See? So, like how a man can go fuck down the whole place and him alright and we still get any girl. It don't work the same for women. It just doesn't. You understand?
Yeah.
Because once a woman start with that, I mean, fishy, evil and
a value decreases immediately.
Value decreases like immediately.
Quote unquote. You feel me?
You understand? And a lot of women like they don't really get that. You understand what I say? They don't really get that. Now they may say, yo, yeah, you hear me? Our crutches have something to do with our value.
That's the problem.
Simple terms.
That's the problem, like, Birdman, because them not a lot of people really don't want to accept the position them in this life. You understand me? I say so. A woman was made to do what a man can do, and a man is made to do what a man can do. So some society now have conditioned the woman them for things say, don't accept that. Do what you want to do and expect there's no consequences to it. I mean, try to convey that to woman mostly that, hey, yeah, you can't, just like we can't convince you to find or give a good man a chance. How you are going to try to convince we know if we hold them a dirty boy out just so accountable.
Right.
That no make
Hey,
sense.
but see, I comment them want to talk once. If I run to say a new wave of woman, and know it's a bad bitch, I run things. But bad, I run things.
Right.
What kind of people want them bad bitch there? That's the next question. And them you they don't say what she no want her.
But that's definitely a new wave. It's
But
It's a
definitely
new
them bad
wave.
for the
But
moment.
think about it.
No, them
What
bad for
type
the
of people
moment,
want
brother.
them? Because me sure
Them,
me now go to road and want none of them bad bitch there.
listen, man, them bad for the moment. At the
but
moment,
no,
them bad final.
honestly, I want to touch on something that you said because you said, a woman is made to do what a man can't and vice versa. And that is
Hmm.
exactly true. And that's why I'm okay now with the fact that I'm meant to play a certain position in a man's life. I'm meant to be his assistant. I'm meant to be his backbone, his motivation, all of that. And I understand that. But at the same time, I don't want to be taken advantage of. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be just used for those hidden reasons or whatever hidden reasons he may have. But I do
And
really
your
understand.
yeah, and your position is not getting taken advantage of it is not a prerequisite. That's
Mm-hmm.
not um that's not your role to be taken advantage of. So see, so it could get very convoluted quick if that's you see that's why the way some of these men talk, they have to be very careful because the way they talk and try to explain themselves, but yet their action is different.
Match
It
up.
could cause confusion because you're saying that I want 10 gal, 3 gal, 4 gal, 5 gal, yeah, I want to do this and that. But now you expect the woman to just comply with that without question or like said, just accept it. Well,
Mm-hmm.
she's a human being. She's a sentient being with a brain, brother. She's not a
Right.
slave. But so see, some man believe say, no, you're there for me to take. Yeah, she might be there for the for the male, but she's not for you specifically. There's
Right.
another man out there that rate her, want value her and all them something there. While you know need to go find the one with valueless. Because there's a man and woman for everybody, a type of man and woman for everybody. But them man you want the bodies and the goodies and all everything in one package and life no work so. Life no work so.
Vibrant
Original
said,
research
he
that's
said,
there.
he said, and this is a good thing for us to touch on too. So he said that, bad bitches is the new wave, and he put hashtag city girls fever. And he said, they don't respect nothing but money. Wake up, look around, bro. And that's the truth. I mean, I guess nobody don't respect nothing but money and power nowadays. Like,
Well, that's the
that's,
thing. You see. So now we've moved beyond what. All right, before money and all that was there. What was there, right?
mm-hmm.
So
Morals and
so
values.
right. So now what we have come now to what we succumb to is social constructs. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I mean? I say it's social construct because there was before money there was a bartering system. Before the bartering system, what was there before that? You understand? So advancement in technology and knowledge actually decreases our civility and our cohabitation practices.
Mm, yeah.
As
And honestly, me as a person that is growing up in society right now, I just turned 30 this year. I'm honestly devastated. I'm devastated by what's going on. I'm devastated. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to handle it.
Well,
I
I'm
just,
gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna
I'll tell
tell
you
you.
something too.
Yeah, go
It's a
on, go on.
Western thing,
Hmm.
It's the Western world has this major issue, because the Western world has lost the value of family and what that is all about. You understand me, I say? Like, I mean, when I say family, I mean, you know, you, your husband, the kids, the grandparents, the cousins, we laugh at something that's up. You what, you know, the value what we chase in the Western world is money. And the question really, how valuable is money? I mean, it can buy material things, but can it really fulfill you? That's a question. That's a legitimate question, you know. And most
Well,
people
let's
don't
not.
find out until they get the money and last the
Yeah.
other things then.
That's okay. So you're in a situation now where you live in a society where the construct and the social conditioning is to chase money, right? Because the money run the thing. You see how we operate to make your life easier, rather, right? If that was your sole goal, then you wouldn't really have too many problems, would you? You just be chasing the bag, right?
Correct.
But
Correct.
on top of that, you want relationships, you want love, you want, you want to reproduce, you want all these other things to also, which is supposed to be inherent or natural, right? So so now you have to now balance, how much how much um effort am I going to put into getting this bag versus how much effort I'm going to put into a cohabitation situation, right? So now you have to, like, which one is more valuable at this point? How do I balance this? Because there is a balance. So now so what you find yourself here is a fork in the road of a situation in this lifetime that we're living, right? Knowledge of self. Do people even know why they even on this planet? Why am I here? Why do I exist? What is my purpose?
Question them. Because we
So
feel to ask yourself the good
right,
question.
so when you start asking these questions, you now see you try to truthfully seek those answers, and then you realize at a point you realize, wait a minute, I do need the money to survive for the basic, because I live in a system that requires that. But how much of that do I need, right? How much do I need? Then on top of the money, what about a woman? Do I need children, home, shelter, water, right? Now you don't even know
That
your
thing,
needs.
see?
You don't even know your difference between your needs and your want. You got them all mixed up now. So you're making just bad decisions. But if you know yourself and you understand and you truly seek out, like, the purpose of why you're here, because I don't understand how a man could go through this whole life, or a man or a woman through his whole life, and never question stuff like this and not, like, dig into it and move on that knowledge.
So I
But
guess.
if you don't,
All right.
you just
But
start,
you don't know. Reason
you
why
just become a plague in people's life, bro. You become a plague.
these conversations are very good enough because you know why? We all have different paths and different experiences. And by sharing these experiences, you know, we learn so much and grow. And this is why, you know, I love this Gyalis thing we are going with. All right. Me retrace back in my life. See? Between 18 and 28, me a top Gyalis. But not only a top Gyalis, because my thing from the youth is that me don't fuck broke girl. You understand? Where broke girl I go for this. So you have to have something to offer me. So I've been there, and being there, this is what I've seen and this is what I've learned. I've been with a lot of career women and business women, you know, women who own them own shit, have them own thing locked up to the T. And most of the times, these women are older women with no kids, or maybe one picnic. Most of the times, these women are older women with no kids. And you know, one of the things that I have found to be common amongst these women is that they all regret the choices that they have made to be career women instead of more family-oriented women. See, most of these women grew up and they're lonely. You understand? They've been everywhere in the world. They travel extensively. You know, they partying everywhere you can party across the world. They live the life. Then do road. Then fuck enough. You understand? Whole heap of young stood up in them hole. Anyway, them have them money, them have them this, them can do what they want to do. But after all that playing done, and the breast them start drop, and the body start sag, and the wrinkle them start coming in, and the gray hair them start pop up. Ting! That's when them light pop off and them head and massive bumbo clot. The husband and the family and the this and that, and when them look at them friend them when they go to school with, she have 6 pitney and 30 grand pitney and some whole part great grand and fair family big, and you know kids them come gear things and I grand, and then them start envy that. And I've seen it so many times.
And that's why I'm happy that as a woman at a young age, I saw that, like I always tell you, I feel like I was made for a man. You know, I feel like that's ultimately what it's about. Family, my kid, husband. Like, I feel like that's what I was made for. Like, so I'm glad I do this now.
Share the life, people. Share the life, make more people come forward.
Those women, let me share some people. Those women you wasn't created to do all that. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't created to do all that.
I didn't even feel comfortable. Like I was telling Pharaoh earlier, it doesn't feel comfortable for me to do all this. It doesn't feel comfortable for me to be responsible for so much. I don't feel comfortable going out with men and paying. I don't feel comfortable about any of that. Like I just don't. Like, it doesn't sit well with me. I know this is not the position I'm supposed to be playing. I'm supposed to be somebody's personal assistant, you know, for the most part. Like,
yeah, I mean, think about it. All right, so and let me ask the question, and I guess you guys just answer it, right?
Yeah.
If a career-oriented woman, right? What exactly is she going for? Is it the money? Is it the freedom? Is it the independence? What is it going? What is she going for? And how does?
I would say me as somebody that I would consider me as a woman I would consider career oriented. I'm surviving. You know, I understand that I have to build myself and build my career and build my education in order for me to survive and be able to take care of my child, because it comes down to the fact that no one else is going to do that for me.
Right.
And on top of that, I do have a purpose, which my purpose is to educate students and inspire them to, you know, want to fulfill whatever it is their purpose is. So, you know, the combination of the two comes together and then creates my drive in business, basically.
So, as you said, so in a sense, women have to do that because the male role is not being fulfilled, right? It's not being fulfilled, so there's no trust in these motherfuckers out here.
Yeah,
You know, there's no trust in it. So the women now, you know what I mean? So the women now have to take up that banner and deal with it themselves. Now, in doing so,
that one the woman them take up, you know. What we also realize is that for years, women in particular have been asking for a specific thing. Women been asking for equality. Women been asking for all this stuff. They don't want to be this, they don't want to be that, they want to be this, they want to work, they want to have careers. But as I said, not really knowing what it comes with. And look on the nice, pretty part of the thing. You saw me I say? And say, you know what? More have money, more independent, more this, more that. And not really understanding what you're asking for and what it comes with.
Well,
so when you get it, you realize that you really want.
Well, hold on there, but you remember her reply, right? I asked the question, and her reply was survival, right? She's doing this to survive, meaning she and if we're truthful about it, is because the nowadays the not even now for a while now, men are not fulfilling the role that they should, right? So now she takes up this cause. You know, I'm gonna do this on my own. I'm gonna do this like this. However, like you said, like you kind of alluding to, there's other give and takes. Something has to be sacrificed here, right? So what do you sacrifice?
Yeah, that's some
Right.
money
And I
for
think
something, you know.
I
And
feel
that
like
yeah, that mother like the company life come talk some of them something, you know.
right.
They
And
look
I
like
feel
you have
like
Right?
money to say, you know.
I understand Farrell where you come from. I understand both of y'all coming from 110%. And then I feel like,
All right.
yes, some women, not me, but some women were fighting for equality with men. I wasn't a part of that fight, but some women were fighting for this equality with men, and this may be what have come from this. But think about it. Some of them women were in poor conditions. Who knows what they was going through? Some of them women were being beaten at home, going through all kinds of different things that they needed to get out of and be able to take care of themselves and do. So it was all kinds of different things that could have contributed to that. But
There's definitely different variables. It's not
yeah,
there's not
I give a
100%
good
certitude
example,
to that.
see?
but
Hmm.
but I wasn't a
May I
part
give a
of
good
that fight.
example?
I wasn't a part
Hmm.
of that fight, and I don't want to do this shit.
Yeah,
I
but hold
don't. I'm
on. You
tired.
get caught tonight, but watch
I
two
know,
up and give
right?
an example, see?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Earlier on, me hear Vibrant talk about bad bitch and a bad bitch this and a bad bitch that. All right. So me go for a bad bitch right now.
Mhm.
You see it? All right. The pros of a bad bitch. She look good. You understand? Ass right, her skin tone look good, the balance, breast nice, the girl hot, the girl look good. The cons that you don't look on, because for some people them just look on the outside pros and just figure say I eat that. All right. The cons is that this bitch is a bad bitch. This bitch going bleed your pocket because what she wear and what she want to wear, you have to go spend money to make she look good because looking good not cheap in this society. See? Not only that, this bad bitch love to go out, and this bad bitch most likely when fuck all heap a dude while she with you because that's what she do. She's a bad bitch. You
Mhm.
understand? Is that what you really signing up for? Is that what you really want? A bad bitch? That up to the
Yeah.
man them. Is that what you want?
So what? Then the question become now, um, is what fulfillment is this so-called quote unquote bad bitch is seeking? What fulfillment is she seeking?
Money.
Okay,
She
yeah,
just want to look good.
okay,
She just
okay,
want
all right, all
creative.
right, all right. Money.
Most
Okay,
of the
when you
bitches
get
that I know that's buffed up, titties done, abs
right,
done. My
right, all right.
homegirls
So
buffed
when
up,
you get
money.
so when you get this money, then how does the money fulfill? What do they do with the money?
Most
Know
times
that
they
yet.
insecure and still going through
They
it.
don't know that yet, brother.
Say again.
They normally don't know that, you know, until them get it.
You see, that's it.
It's just
You see
temporary
where me I go with this
gratification. It's
door,
just temporary
right?
gratification. Like
Yeah. So you see what I'm going with it. We're seeking things
What do you mean? That bitch are the
because
biggest liability.
society condition us to seek these things, but you don't know what the end goal is. What is the end goal for what you're seeking? What the focus is? What is the focus of effort? It has to make sense. So you work all this time, you get this bag, you get this money. Okay, so you fulfill your basic needs, your shelter, your food, your clothing, and so on and so forth. Now, where do you go after that? Because you don't know your purpose. Your purpose you're not fulfilling it.
And that's how we
but
keep telling the people
sometimes
them,
they do
listen
know their
man.
purpose. Some people do know their purpose and they use the bag that they get in to fulfill their purpose, you know? Some people
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
you know.
It
Some
so they this money there's a difference between purpose, duty, and responsibility.
yes.
They're confused. Those things get confused, right?
Honestly,
Everybody
it's
hides something
coming
behind
like
screen today. And Gyalis,
it's
Well,
you don't really like the hiding something, you know, because we like see who we are talking to, you
yeah,
know. Bigger view come and hide, that Vader come and hide.
no man. Normally, some me face up, but some me come on out I do me that paint, and me have all kind of dirty things on.
Tell a
I become
normal
see me
bigger
catch
view,
on.
so we stay.
No,
bigger.
later. Sometimes
Yeah.
Yeah.
I come on a place and I look like paint up on my face and all them something there. So,
He's
You mean
he
hard
said they
working
get the
somebody.
he said they get
mm.
the bag to waste it and do it all over again.
that's
Is to do
basically that's
whatever
basically what they're doing. That's basically
it's
what they're
just
doing.
like
They're just
Pharaoh
wasting.
said, how
Yeah,
guys must deal with women in order like a job. It's a job. It's a job.
Top for them, yeah, it's also.
They working a
Listen,
job.
my
So
man,
you know what
a
I'm
proper
saying?
Chanel bag for 10 grand or more.
yeah.
So,
The gratification is like that.
But
Once they get the gratification, and like Pharaoh was saying, sooner or later that bell is gonna ring. Like, damn, look at those grandkids. Damn, look at that family. She's not even career oriented, but she's way happier than you are because you put career first, and careers is not why you was here. You wasn't created to have a career. You wasn't fucking created to have a career. What
And
the
that
fuck is wrong with you?
and the fact that I
You know
have
the
to have
you know
one,
the
I try my
excuse.
best to balance the two.
What it is, I think that women secretly bad mind men. That's what I think. They
Me no
secretly
know, me
bad
no know
mind
about
them
That
bad
number there,
mind, but
defend
them
yourself now,
definitely.
no.
from behind
Me,
each
me
other.
no,
Let me explain to
Let me
you
hear
yeah,
it.
why
Let's
I
man.
hear what
say
he's
that.
saying. Let's hear.
Let me
I
explain
dark
to you
here that
why
this
I
enough
say
and
that.
move.
Let me explain why I say that. Everything that men use to judge their wealth or their significance as to why they're important, women use
Mm.
that same measuring stick as
For
their own too,
themselves.
without creating their own. I give an example. Mercedes Benz would have a specific car, a whole different from A to whichever class they have. And if men say, okay, then the S550 is the top of the line one, and this represents wealth for us, and we buy it and we're showing off to each other. So you have one, you have one. Mercedes Benz have every E6, E class, M class, G class. A woman I go see that and say, you know what, I want the S550 too. She don't want the G, she don't want the A, she don't want the S, she want the, I mean not S, she don't want the M or nothing. She just want the CM S550 where the man drive. A man buy one big mansion, say have 6 bedroom and a hit 3 bathroom. She know she alone today, you know, but she just want the same thing. She want 6 bedroom with thing and do the same thing.
So
Not all women. I
how
wouldn't
bad
say
man
not all
coming at
women.
that?
Because
Not
there's a
all
little
women,
No.
because not all women, because me as a woman, I definitely want you to be daddy. You know, you was always pulling up in the S550, and I definitely take the little drop top 2 door. You know, I ain't. You know, like
Me understand where Gia come from, but more than say woman bad mind because that's generalizing and we try not to do that.
no.
Because
It sound like he's
Me
saying
know,
women.
but
He
me
sound like he's
know, but
saying more like women want to be equal to men. That's what he
yes,
should really
equality,
say.
and that's what we speak about. And you
Mm.
see,
yeah, the
me
equal
have
is there, but
me have the experience there,
there's
you know.
like a little grudge there that is not really being spoke of, but by the way how they do with certain move with certain things is where I'm getting at. So I'm say bad man. I mean
Well,
like a big bad man, but
you're talking about the feminist group, bro.
yeah, because
A
not
feminist
me.
y'all talk about. Yeah, them definitely bad mind man.
The only thing I
Feminist
want to
bad
be,
mind man.
yeah, the only thing
yeah,
I want to be
but
equal.
that slowly is moving on to just not just them to other persons who don't even understand what is going
Yeah,
on. Like for example, you know Andrew Tate, right? I think that is
Yeah,
Andrew
yeah, yeah,
Tate,
we
right?
follow him.
Yes. You have women who hate him, right? And if you ask them why they hate him, they can't give you a valid reason why. The only reason that they give you that he's misogyny. And if you ask them what misogyny means, they can't tell you what it means. They
They
just
can't
don't
tell you
like him.
because
You ask them
then
for a
does
reason,
you
that's what I'm
see,
saying. They just follow.
no, let me give you a
right.
better
That's what I'm
example.
saying too.
Let me give you
And not only Andrew Tate, but there's a lot of
instance.
what I call macho men, you know. There are
Yeah.
some women out here that have an issue with it, you know.
Hmm.
And
They're confident and the alpha males and shit like
They
that.
said the
They
yeah,
don't.
girl.
That's what I'm saying. It's
once
equality.
right.
They
Let me
want to be equal to you, and that's why I was saying earlier. That's just not how this shit's built.
I
You're
wouldn't
moving
say
away
equal,
from
you know.
how the
I say
thing's set.
equal in certain things that benefit them. I say equal in certain things that benefit them.
I
That's
want to
what
be
Mm-hmm.
I would
equal.
say equal.
I want to be equal in principles and morals and you know the no non-negotiables. You know, I want to be equal in those
Mm-hmm.
things. Like I need those things to line up of like 100%. I feel like, but equal, no. I know that you're the man. Like at the end of the day, we are not equal. We're not the same. Like we're not the same. And even though I can be a little confused at times, or at least seeming confused in the way that I handle my man. I can seem like I don't understand the roles, but I do. It's just that I haven't seen the roles really defined, so I really don't know how to be in my true, you know, womanhood, basically.
Yeah,
Because this
that's where
society
mom
take
would
that
come
away.
in. But that's where mom would come in. Or if it's not mom, it's an aunt
Yeah,
or
but my mom, my
sister.
dad wasn't there,
I
so
understand, but I'm saying to you, it would be from some female hierarchy who was there before you,
Some
would
female
pass
they
on
can
the
look up
same
to in your
knowledge
family or
to you.
friends
So you don't have to be mom personally.
or role
Could be an
models outside.
older
yeah.
aunt, could be a
Hmm.
grand aunt. It could be
I
a
Well,
gotta find
version of
unfortunately,
somebody.
unfortunately, it doesn't set up that because now you're negating the possibility that they don't fucking know either.
Yeah.
They don't know either.
And
So how the hell
and
they gonna
what
teach
what he's
you?
talking about though is the perfect sense of the world when the village used to raise a child. So
Hmm.
you'll have all
Exactly.
these role
That's
models.
different. Them done a
That not there
gone.
again.
Yep.
Because you talk to one look youth hard and all of a sudden our clan you fight. You understand?
You got there that warm to you.
Remember when we did down a gully that's I do some foolishness and stranger I know saying you're not supposed to do that, some
Hi,
stranger
Black
slap you up
girl.
and give you a couple lick and say, yo boy, where you do know yourself and rare. You think you can go back home and talk about this man down there so beat me and then
You
something them
must
ask
see
you what you do?
mad.
Yeah.
You get a
And them
second
gonna say,
dose,
what you
another
do?
third dose. If you get beaten out third one, you
Yeah.
know why your parents knows that happened.
And
Because
if
you're
them
most
gonna
likely
bring
going to
you
get the
home
next
too,
one.
And then
yeah,
And
if them
he
come
he
and bring
made
you home to a
but
trouble.
look,
he made a
you
really
have to
good
open your
point
eyes
too.
now.
He said that he said it's, you know it was the feminists that has been bad minding men, right? The feminists, and he said no, but that's leaking upon the other women, and it is because I'm upon the women that is kind of leaking on, and it's because of the bad experiences that I'm having. But I'm fighting to keep my mind from bad minding men. I'm fighting for it. You know what I mean? I really am
The
fighting, but
only
I keep.
the only way the only way you're gonna do that is seeking knowledge of purpose and self and direction and focus
even
and
with that
end
too,
goal. That's the
some women
only way
only
you're gonna fight that. And I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this because I started knowing myself, right? When I asked those things, everything I was doing before was primordial. It was just on instinct. You understand what I'm saying? It's just on instinct. But when you start questioning, yo, why am I doing this? What's the when you know? I always asked before. When do you know you're doing something not right? Is when you're causing hurt to yourself or someone else. So
Right.
if you was raised to say, yo, you're not supposed to go hurt another person, whether it's physically, verbally, whatever, then you're gonna ask yourself, why am I doing this?
are
There
you
got to
not
be a
getting the
reason
results
behind
that
this
you're
shit,
looking for? Are you not getting the results that you're looking for?
right?
Then you need to make some
Then you
cognitive
start to make
sense.
the fucking change.
Um,
And I had to look into myself and then I said, okay, you start being more conscious and aware of human behavior, social behavior, all these things. You know what I mean? And once I start doing that, then it was easy for me to adjust my behavior because things have to add up. The logic has to fucking add up. Why am I doing this? It has to be I call it tangible. You have to have tangibles
but
to this.
not even that. Some females see certain roles and don't understand the negatives and the positives that comes behind it. Yeah, that my guy might be a CEO, but you don't know that normally guys who CEO, you have to be kind of an asshole
First
sometime,
step is holding yourself accountable.
cutthroat.
Yep.
You gotta be have a certain type of personality to fit that role. And when you get into that role, sometimes they don't know how to turn it off. Some men know to turn, at least I would say most general men know to turn off that role sometimes. While some women bring that same role, come home, and they
Brother,
deal with their family or even their spouse the same as if they are at
but
work still.
here's the thing, no. Dark Vader. Here's the thing. There's a double-edged sword to this thing now. Because you see, because women are socially conditioned to try to control men, right? And men are socially conditioned to control and dominate. When a man understands his purpose and his duty and his responsibility and pull off from that ego that was driving him initially, that
Mhm.
shit could come back and bite you in the ass. Because now they're seen by the female as a weakness.
Mhm.
It's seen as a weakness. So now they're like, wow, he actually changed. He actually loves me. He's in love with me. So he's changing. Now all of a sudden your lane is getting occupied by her. You're not supposed to be in this lane. This is this is the man shit. I'm supposed to deal with this. All of a sudden they're over there in that lane, dictating or trying to tell you what to do. That's a
See, but this is what
double-edged
I'm
sword.
saying.
It's dangerous, bro.
It comes with pros and cons, and they don't understand the pros and
Talk
cons.
about
Like most guys who tend to be at the top, they don't spend a lot of time with their families. They mostly just in and
it's a
out. They spend a
trade-off,
lot of hours at
And
work
hold
Mhm.
on.
and all of
Let
that.
me talk on the topic there a little bit. See?
Your inner world creates your outer reality.
Reaction
Yep.
have an equal and
Yep.
opposite reaction. See? And it's a trade-off.
Somebody
We
said
talk
stop beating
about
up women.
energies. We talk about masculine energy. We talk about feminine energy. See? And we talk about the if you really want to win in life, career-wise, you know, financial-wise, you have to be aggressive. You need that masculine energy. You have to don't give a fuck and don't take no for your answer. You have to rough and tough. You understand? And it's a trade-off. It's a sacrifice. You're going to sacrifice something for that. You're going to sacrifice time with family, your kids, you know, time with friends. You have to sacrifice the club and the bar and the this and
there's
the
no way
bad
around
girl
it, yeah.
and the this and that. And you have to go out there, you have to do, you have to do, you have to win. And you have to get your money, you have to get your things. You understand me? I say? There is a sacrifice, but most people don't see the sacrifice, then see the result and figure say that them want without knowing what it took to get there or what it took to get it.
And even being in charge, you have responsibility where if anything goes left, everything comes back down to you.
Right.
You're responsible. Even if you're not directly there, it's the responsibility still falls on you. If a coworker missed something and he didn't fulfill it on time, the person who you're supposed to have a business meeting with upset with you still, even though you don't have nothing. And then you might have to say, you know what, this guy not providing something efficient. No, you have to make the choice now. They say, okay, then him have 5 kids home, him have a wife, and him have pay child support for one. Next thing, you know all these things I have to decide, you know, should I keep this guy or should I let him go? And then some people might find that it's hard to do that because she's thinking, say, oh, I feel sorry for his kids. While a guy say, you know what, son, you gotta go because you know you're messing with my money.
That's
and
leadership
you have to
101.
find somebody else. Well, a woman might say, you know what, I'm gonna keep him a little bit longer to see if we can work on something. And those critical decisions, I don't think they're very good at making it.
Well, you know, see what happened over what happened over UK, brother. Do man give up the power in about what, a couple of weeks, you know, and couldn't manage it.
Because the pressure get to her. And you know, we want to say to the female them, the feminist female them in specific. See? I think them see the glimmer and the glamour of being on top without knowing what it takes to get there and what it takes to maintain being there. You know, are you ready to sacrifice? Are you ready to kill? You ready to murder some people? Forget that. If the answer is no, it's not for you. You understand? Well, and that's what the masculine energy will do every time without even thinking about it twice.
Some of them are sacrifice. I don't realize them are sacrifice because you just relate you laid out earlier. You all of a sudden now you're 50 something plus. I know the bell ring off and say, yo, me lonely, me have money, me have a house, me have car, me have all these nonsensicals. But no, there's no emotion, there's no compassion, there's no warm body, there's no conversation to have. Brother, no, man. No, sir. You have to, people have to know themselves and put that aside.
Certain jobs.
Listen, I feel
like it's not even worth having it if you don't have anyone to share it with.
Hold on there 1 second. Even though certain jobs, some women might be okay in it, you have certain jobs where men just say, we stay away from that woman. Within the men's circle, they take it, they don't deal with these type of women because we see certain habits or certain type of behavior is associated with that person. We're not saying every single one of them is like that. But
you know what I
is there, so we just don't want to deal with that person.
Well, because they're bringing
with them, and that's it.
Yeah, they're bringing that they think they could bring that professional energy that they have that's made them succeed in their field to a relationship, and that's a fucking no-no. That's a no-no.
Do you guys realize? Do we realize that you have professional cuddlers, people that you pay for come lie down and cuddle and hug you?
Mr. That.
Why do you think we have things like these in society? Like, no.
Yeah, because the disconnect from what you're supposed to be doing initially.
Who you think I pay for them people if you can hug them up?
The professional woman them.
That is crazy.
And it's not even look how listen, no matter how long you pay for that, check it out. That may work for a few sessions, but sooner or later, that shit that shit ain't it's not real. Yeah. So that's not even no longer satisfying.
Yeah.
Right? And now I'm seeing videos lately of women getting massaged in the most intimate way.
Yeah.
I mean, deep, intimate way. This is what they did. Now you're paying for the things that's supposed to be natural.
You get the money, so you must find a way to use it.
Before it was
Yeah.
skin to skin. Before it wasn't
No,
skin to
that's
skin. Now
You
I
go
ridiculous.
see
buy
that
it. Hey,
Like
all
I
right.
feel like
skin
if
to
it's
skin
not
now.
real, I don't want
What a
it.
joke.
That's what I'm saying.
If it
It's not
don't make my
real.
heart drop, you know what I mean? If it don't make my stomach drop like I'm on a roller coaster when I think about it, I don't want
Yeah.
it. Like, if it ain't from the bottom of your heart, please keep that shit. Like, I don't want you rubbing on me for a cause.
What you
Like,
joke now, see? This is when from me young, me find out that the world full of fuckery, you know. Me
Mm.
born in St. Thomas, Jamaica, Eastern St. Thomas. See? Riverside, pick coconut and mango tea. You understand me I say? Go do something. And my father moved and got Kingston early out and carry me got Kingston from me and you go live for Kingston and same thing. No, me see them thing here now. The house when they have a St. Thomas, you never have to pay rent one day in life. And you build your own house when you're born at the countryside and thing. Everybody have them own everything. You understand me I say? Your own house, your own little farm, your own food, your own this. But we left the countryside. I will go to Kingston, but look work and then use the work for pay rent. See? And from a youth, me I ask my second question that what is sense make? Me have my free house and free food. I mean left go one place, go look work, and then take the money when we get from the work, to go pay rent and buy food. Wanna see the maths?
yeah.
Wanna see how people stay?
hmm
And that's what we do
Yeah.
in general.
That's why I was telling
Put the
people we
money and use
basically
the money and buy the things and we're
buy
gonna get
our
for free.
lives. Because we're paying for everything to live on a day-to-day
Social
basis.
deception,
But
man.
it also come with being in motion. It also comes with you wanted to work, you wanted to not just sit down and get everything for free. You wanted to be in motion because had you not made that step, you might not be here right now. May not have made this step. You might have been still
Even
there.
even
So it's a
Indeed.
balance.
even lesbians, like the male, well, say the male energy of the lesbians, that even they start to complain about the females. So if you really sit down and speak with them, and then you tell you how certain things that they go through, that they didn't understand that certain things men go
That's
through.
that's
Because
because that's because they're again they're searching for things that's out of the norm.
Mhm.
I
What's
know, but I'm
passing?
saying to you, they complaining just
Yeah,
like us
yeah,
as
but I
men.
like a woman them come
That's what I'm
explain to
getting at.
me why you left a real dick and get a rubber dick.
Yeah, I don't know that. That don't work.
Well, that's a
I,
whole different argument, in a brother.
I ain't. I just
Yeah,
don't get that. I don't get that, and that's the different strokes for different folks. Cause
yeah, that's a whole different argument still. But
I know,
the
but I'm
same time,
not really venturing to it. I'm just saying that. So the same way we're complaining that they don't see the effort and stuff like that. I see women who decided to go from one side to the next side and they realize, oh, this is what the guys go through when they go out and they have to look women, pay for dates. Anyway, like I said to women, you know how much money men spend on dates like over the years, even if they don't get anywhere with the women, but just over the years of doing it. So it's like that's why there's kind of a bit of frustration. Or you're looking at it that, oh, it's just me the only person that he's dealing with now. But he's thinking like, bro, I've been dating from since I was 18. I'm 32. Each date I go on, I spend at least $100 and something. I'm near 30 something now. It's like, damn, do I still want to keep doing this with
yeah.
all those money that I've spent over the year dealing with some person
And
work,
then
but some
and then you
people
meet
don't?
me, and now you're not taking me on dates, and I'm the one that really deserved the dates
that's because them you see
because you
them
didn't dated
still
out.
don't understand what them are look for. They don't know what they're looking for. They don't know what they're supposed to look for. They are allowing society to dictate their movements. That's what I tell you. You have to sit back and ask yourself questions. Why are you doing what you're doing? If you can't
The
answer why
biggest
you're doing
question any
what you're
person can
doing,
ask himself is why.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
brother. Every day, brother. Every day, me ask certain questions every day. You understand? And it's like if you then you go seek the answer. You know, Mr. Time I do something, question popping in my head, I just pause and start do some research real quick on Google. Hmm?
hmm
Why the plants go this?
All life stage,
Yeah,
see?
what you know
And
what I mean?
I
Yo,
have come to the realization um lately. Well, I've always known deep down inside, but you have a thing when you're in comfort zone. And when people get in a comfort zone, we tend to want to stay there for whatever reason because yeah, we're comfortable and we're
It's
okay.
knowing. We fear
So
the unknown.
I have I own several businesses and I'm okay. I make all right money and I'm good. But I'm uncomfortable. Like me really uncomfortable. So me keep asking myself why. I'm uncomfortable because I'm not doing the things that I
That
love
you
to
want to
do.
freaking do. You
Yeah,
want to.
find your
I love
purpose.
music.
Find your
I
Mm-hmm.
love music. I love film. I love food. So if
Right.
I do this business over there and that business, no matter how much money I make off it, it will never
Mm.
make me happy.
Yep, no, it won't.
You
You
know that
understand what I'm
match right
saying?
there, brother.
No.
Coming back to the realization that shit, me can drop all of this when me I do when make me comfortable, where me I make money from and me can buy what I want and me can go where I want and do what I want, but it does not make me happy because I'm not doing
Exactly.
what
What you want to
I'm
do.
passionate about.
You're not
This is
living in
why
your
sometimes
purpose.
life
You're
is
not living in
funny.
your purpose.
But this is where life is funny now, because let's say what you like and like to do and interesting makes you no money. You're happy doing it, but at the same time, bills are not being met and stuff, and it's like you're still living on the edge. While if you get this
Let's
job
talk
now,
about that edge
you're
you
not
talk about, right?
you're not
Um,
happy. You're not
this
happy. Hold it. You're not happy, but the money that you're making is taking care of your everyday life, and you
mhm.
will say wealthy off. This is where life is funny sometimes in that sense.
Yeah, no, you do have to make it make sense. It
Yes, I
does.
don't think
You got to make it
it's
make sense. But if there's a will, there's a way. I feel like it's
to
almost
go.
nothing that can't make money.
Yeah,
Like it's
everything
just
can make
all
money.
about the
Listen
mastermind.
me.
It's all
If
about the
when I was
hustle.
a youth, I got a river with bucket by my head, I catch water. If somebody did tell me, say, somebody could have sell me a bottle of water in a buckle, would have tell them about them mama 40,000 times. If somebody did tell me, say, you can sell me a bottle of water, like, can you really sell me a bottle of water?
For $6 US in the airport.
You know how much
That's
Fiji
true.
water me buy? Me buy water for you $10 bottle, you know, because I'm not a choice, you know. You understand what me I say?
But
Me, where got my
that's
whole
the
It's
that's the
spring
choice.
and catch my
That's the
bucket of
reason
water
why.
and put on my head and walk with.
it's not about it's not about the product. It's about the hustler. So no matter what product it is,
Water can sell, and if dirt can sell, everything can sell.
but
Bad
it
man.
only
Let me tell you.
sell. It can only sell if you believe it'll sell.
Yeah,
Right?
listen,
And
listen to me.
That's the
so,
Listen to me,
thing.
man. Again, enough. Again, enough. When you live, that's what I'm saying. You got to start asking questions, and it has to be logical. You have to. You can't just laser in on certain issues and don't realize there's tentacles to this. When
Yeah.
you live in a society, right? You live. Remember, you're born into a certain society, right? You come on seat. You're infused in that society. Wherever you're at on the planet, you're into that culture or society, right? So now you are a part of that society. You're a part of that system
Mm.
through the education, through the social, through whatever means they have going on. You're a part of that system, right? Justice and all that stuff. Now, you know that when you're within that system, you now have to do whatever you have to do when you come of age to survive in that system.
Mm-hmm.
That includes you have to work or
Yeah.
create or work for yourself, work for someone, whatever the case may be, to
Got your
earn
living.
money,
Mm-hmm.
to earn money to get the bare essentials because
I
you're in a
even beg.
society that requires that, right?
Yeah.
Here's my question now, right? If you make enough money, right, or put yourself in a situation where that money becomes passive, and and now you're not really concerned about shelter, food, water, and all that stuff. Why do you continue chasing it more and more? What's the purpose beyond that,
that is what
right?
I wanted to come back to
I
when
asked
David that they talked earlier on.
Mm,
See, I'm saying that with a plan, anything is possible because he who fears the plan to fail. You understand me? I say, no matter
mm,
what stage you are in life, if you know where you want to go, you can get there with a plan, a sensible plan, not just any plan. You understand me? I say,
mm,
you can actually get there. And there are several things that I've learned on this journey so far. That one, when you're working with passion, you don't work. See? And that's a beautiful thing to work and don't work, if you understand what I mean.
mm. Right.
You understand? Um, when you have people by your side, you know, like true loyal friends and family, and that you'll never be lonely.
Right.
What is that?
You understand me? I say?
it.
And me figure out so these are really the essential things where really fulfill we. as a people. Like, for example, I mean,
But
the
he made a good
first,
Pharaoh.
what,
Okay, he made a good point. He said, "When do we stop? When is
no,
it?"
it's a thin line, you know, because sometimes people, we easily get greedy and chase greedy. Like, once we get in, we want more. And getting more, we just want more and
I
want
wouldn't
more. But
say
we are
that.
calical
I
this to
wouldn't
go,
say
I don't know. You know,
it's
So
the
how?
greediness. It's not the greediness. What I think it is, there's a certain feeling that you get when you accomplish certain
Yeah,
things,
it's the
and
feeling of accomplishment and the
yeah,
to get
validation by
that.
your
Uh, uh,
peers.
okay, hold
No,
Because
on.
not
Well,
by the
on.
peer.
we,
Hold on, not
as
by the
Mm.
human
peers. I'm
beings, we are
talking for
hungry
yourself.
for validation more than anything else.
All right,
You
all right. Well,
understand me, I
on.
say? Man,
Well,
woman,
on.
and pity, they need
So,
validation.
so that means so that would be predicated on the space that you're at that time, right? Because each person have their own journey, all their own minds, or their meds, or what makes them feel a certain way, or what makes them feel accomplished, or what makes them feel
Yeah, but it's
important or
not even
validated.
peers. But I'm saying
I
it's
mean,
not
I don't
even
know about
peers.
peers. I don't know about peers because
Like for example,
you know
Jeff Bezos, right? We know
who?
he's a bill. Jeff Bezos, right?
Yes,
An
that's right.
example.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's a billionaire, as we know already. In our mind, we saying that why is this man doing this when he could just retire and live basically his rest of his life, even if he spent all of his money doing whatever, till
hmm
whenever
hmm
time. And
Right.
I'm saying that people saying it's greedy, but I'm saying I think there's just a certain feeling or certain thing that
Yeah,
you
I'm going to
get
tell you something about
when you
men
when
like
you reach
Elon Musk
that.
and Jeff Bezos
yeah.
and Tate and all these people. They are actually doing what they love. And when you're doing what you love, it's not work.
I know it's not work. It's not, but I'm saying it's not about the work. I'm saying when you do certain things and you get a certain feeling
Yeah.
inside you, and it's not from your peers, but just
Mhm.
within you.
Fulfillment,
It's almost
yeah,
like
of
it's like a
accomplishment.
junkie. Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
junkie.
it's
Just
a
like you
high.
became a
It's like a
junkie to
high.
the.
It's
That's what
like
It's
I'm
a
you
getting
natural
at.
high.
it is. It is.
No,
You work so
listen.
And you
hard.
Those
you
those
want to
men
keep
men like
getting that.
that you mentioned, men like that you mentioned. Obviously, if you pay attention, you realize the high that they're seeking is power.
Power.
That's their high. That's power that they're seeking. Which
Some
is, if that's what
people
they're seeking, that's what they're
some
seeking. But
people
that's power. Don't.
some people get power by coincidence. They didn't even ask for
Yes,
that. That's
you.
not even what
Yeah,
they was
yeah.
ever going for. Some
That's
just
called opportunities. That's called opportunity and circumstances. You
yeah,
get born into power.
some people can just be gifted in a way that their gifts just yield that. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? So I think it's different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your different path is so based on your
But
mental, your path is going to dictate what you do, what movements you make. What do you say? Like in my meds, I'm like, you know what? What's important to me is mobility and freedom and my time, right?
mhm,
I don't want people telling me what to do. I
mhm,
don't want to be held to a clock. I want to wake up when I want to wake up. You
mhm,
understand what I'm saying? I want to be around my wife. I want to be around my children. Those are
Right.
the things that's important to me. That might not be important to another guy, but I'm just telling you what. So therefore, the opportunity that I put aside to make that happen is a lot of money. I had to put aside a lot of money. Like, you know what? Hey, I'm not gonna take this job, bro, because it's gonna take me away from my family 78% of the time. Yeah, I could be making a boatload, but that's not important to me because in my the space that I'm at puts that
You
aside.
know,
So
you
I'm
know what
deciding
would be a winning formula?
I'm going to be satisfied with what I have, so I could be around my children until
You know
the
what would be a
time
winning
comes.
formula? A winning formula for example, you in that situation is to make money with your family.
Exactly. If I need it,
Right.
right? If I need it, there's a difference between need and want.
mhm,
Right.
mhm.
Sacrifice. You just said it earlier. You have to sacrifice something. I sacrificed that much money so I could be here because what I have is way more than enough.
And that's
So
deep
now,
because
so now, so now, once I get the full joy of my kids until they leave home, it's just gonna be like me and my wife, right? And then, thank you, appreciate it. Then we move into the next phase, right? We move off into
Mm.
the next phase, which we sat down and talk about. I said, hey, once the kids are rolling out and they're into college or whatever, we're gonna traverse this globe. We're going to traverse this globe, eat exotic food in some crazy places, and that's our plan. And then when we reach another age, we're going to settle down and go off grid. I don't want to be around people. So that's my level of hype, because I don't see for myself. I don't see no use for me to try to go beyond that, because I already fulfill my purpose and my duties and my responsibility. But that journey might be different for another person.
And that's me. The journey is different for me, and I don't know what the journey is gonna look like. It's really unknown for me. But I'm basically in a position right now where I'm saying, all right, everything you said you wanted to accomplish 2 years ago or whatever, you've accomplished that. You know what I mean? The money you said you wanted to make, every little
Hmm.
thing you said you wanted to do, you did that. So now, are you going to put yourself through the stress of going up to that next level, which I am? That's what I'm doing. Or
Hmm.
you going to chill? Or when are you ever going to chill? When is there ever going to be the time where
The
you're going to say,
fantastic thing that you need to understand is that you can chill while growing. Why you have to sacrifice one for the next?
mm-hmm.
As long as what you're doing makes sense.
Isn't that the fun that you would want though, anyway? And this is
Yeah,
what I mean when I
but
said
some people don't know
working
to
in
balance
I
it.
passion,
think it goes
because
back to like that thrill that you get, because I get a thrill from setting out the goal and stressing so deeply about getting every part of it accomplished, and then
get to
finally
ask
getting
what
to
you're
that.
talking about.
Huh?
So who's that asking what you're talking about?
So what we're talking about tonight?
We talking about what do you want from me? We talking about what do you want from me in a relationship?
Question is what you want from me,
Yeah,
because
we
you
just
know the
digressed off. We
conversation
just
sometimes
digressed off. Yeah, digress.
deviates, and it branches off into so many branches and limbs, and just like a tree. But
But we
the real
could,
Yeah.
question is, what is it you want? What you want? What you want from me? Like, the real question is what you want from me. Like, why are we here? What's the plan? What we're
right, for
doing?
you, and this is
Where
for
we're
you and your
going next?
significant other, right? This is for you and your significant other, right? What do you want from me, as in your significant other?
Well,
Sometimes that
is it
question
is it is
goes
it is it prior
unanswered.
to the is it prior to the significant other or after?
I think that question
I
is
guess it's
not
open
is
before that. Before.
it's such a big question. I think it's a question that it should be asked with every individual that come into your life.
Mm.
You need to figure that out, like first, and like what you want, what you want, what you want. You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
It's,
but you
it's
know
a
it's
it's a
Gyalis role,
question.
so we ultimately we're
But
talking more
you don't think
relationship.
most people kind of like have an idea of what they want? But well, life sometimes changes happen. But sometimes people may want short term. Some people may want long term.
And
Or
deceivers are out there.
and then you have people who deceive who might say you say them want short term in their mind, but because you say you want long term, they say
Mm-hmm.
okay, I want this person. This is where selfishness come in, and say
Mm-hmm.
okay, me try to do the long term with this person. Really, it was just a short term that they was expecting.
Mm-hmm. That's so interesting because like I've never really dated anyone and wanted short term like ever. Like hearing that was like
But this is why most men always just say, you know what, let me just try the long term thing until I was show off a year
yeah,
because
true.
Show
more
my ear.
something.
Oftentimes,
Yeah.
men do that. We do that a lot.
But honestly, I feel like if a man should be honest about it, because I might think I want long term, but if I had a man that told me short term a long time ago, I might be like, you know what? Maybe you are a short term type of
There's
nigga.
something,
Like,
man.
you're right. Let's have some fun. Like, I'm with it.
This might
Let's go.
sound away. This might sound away, but honesty, while it sounds good and it's really good, sometimes it's overrated now. Because I really do believe that there's a place and a time for everything. I
Mm-hmm.
believe about in a balanced life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes you can't tell the truth. Sometimes telling the truth will hurt you. You understand me? I say?
Men always say that. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of that line. Like,
Yeah, you
it's
can't
killing me.
tire till you want.
Because
Can't tire no more. But
I've
all
been
right, what you
able,
do? I gave you an example earlier. What if that is
The
my
reason
hustle
the reason
and that
why
is
we say
my
that is
grind?
that
We can't
it's
tell
like
people the
how
truth.
we can be honest as a next man to a next man, and it might hurt in feelings, but he might understand it and keep it, move on.
They are dealing with a man with
When
honesty.
you deal with a woman with honesty, it's like it might hurt your feelings, and it's like you can't remain calm in that situation.
All
You
of
either
the
explode,
emotions and
you
all of
take it
the,
somewhere else, or
come
you
into
carry
play.
the topic. You take the topic, go to somewhere else where we didn't need. needed to go. And you bring something else that the person may have done before to trump what they're talking about now. So in the man's mind, is like, what's the sense of talking to you? Because you're gonna bring the thing back, the situation back to you, and say what I'm not doing, instead of listening, digest what I'm saying, and say, okay, how can I make changes to better the situation? So that's why
That's
more
true.
we just even the saying happy wife, happy home, when it should be happy family, happy home, but everything is just centered around the wife. If your wife is okay, whatever. So this is why sometimes when women say men are not emotionally intelligent, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Some men
Suzette now
are.
jump in that
Some men
tells the
are,
man
but
just
a
want
lot
to
of
fuck
men.
out her all with no commitment. I don't really that Suzette. I'll be
But
honest,
if
a
you think
different
Most
about
men
it,
folks.
nowadays only
Suzette,
want
if you
to.
think about it, if we weren't really working, I have to do paid life. That's what we would be doing. If you think about it.
Suzette is
No, you
exactly
can't
right.
say. We can't just shut Suzette down because it is
No,
some men that's trying to
Absolutely
Suzette,
not.
jump in and out of
But
people's
Suzette,
bed.
Suzette is exactly
I'm
right.
not I'm not
yeah,
saying
but
it,
No,
but
not
I'm
it's not the
saying
saying
full truth. It's
I'm
not
saying
the
if we
No,
full
weren't
but
truth, my
working.
brethren.
we know we're not talking in 100% certitude, man. We're talking in general here.
In
We know
general,
that
right,
that's
listen.
not, yeah. So we have to just understand that. But what she's saying is exactly, it's the commitment that. But again, remember
Question.
we said before that commitment is not natural.
There you
It's
go.
not.
The question that these women, I think, should be asking themselves, you understand, is why should a man commit to me? As a woman, that's a question I would ask myself.
Right.
Why should a man commit to me?
no. My question I'm asking myself is, why the fuck are you coming to me, begging me to commit to me, and then your actions not adding up to that? That's what the fuck I need
I
to
look some
figure out.
pussy from you, and if me tell you,
Yeah. That's what
I look
I'm
Pussy,
some
saying.
if
pussy.
it
They
is
just
that
want to
Or
fuck.
me I
no
look your
pussy,
money.
it's not that. It can't be that. It got to be something. Yeah, it can't be pussy. It's too much of that floating around this
It's that.
motherfucker.
No,
It's that.
yes,
It's
yes,
that.
it's too much
It's that.
floating around. Hold on, that is true, yes, but it's not everybody have access to it, and that's the difference. If men could get all the women that we actually wanted, many women would have never have sex in their entire life. If we could get the women that we want,
Okay.
most women would never even know what a penis look like.
And as a man, but me tell you something too, boy man, Zine, we have to understand, because, it's like, we born for, we born for this. Zine, when you see a man, the average man in a female lifetime, average, should have sex with at least 100 girls. Average, should have sex with at least a minimum of 100 girls.
Why?
I don't know the why.
I
Zine, I
know. You
saw we
gotta have a
make up.
why behind that. That's some
I gotta tell you,
baby back
I saw we
bullshit.
design. Zine, it's natural. Like, if me, if I be honest with myself, Zine, as a man, say me can't talk to no other man. It's like, I love woman that much. And me can't have a woman where me personally love and settle on with her and still see a woman out there and just because she have a big ass and nice shape, me just want to fuck her and that's just it.
But you
That's
know,
the
some
difference
men
with
are
a
more
man.
reserved. Some men are more
This is being
reserved with
honest,
their
though.
bodies.
This is just plain old honesty. See? And it doesn't mean say me want left my woman when me there with or nothing. It just means say me just want to fuck the one there, me just want feel a
All
one
right.
or whatever.
All
Men
right.
are like that. Naturally.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that's what I'm going to get at. The question now is why, right? It's because it's natural.
It's
It's a
natural.
natural thing.
It's like and it hard to explain for women to understand oftentimes. It's natural. It doesn't mean I love you any less. It doesn't mean I'm gonna leave you. I probably never ever leave you. If most likely you leave.
Yeah.
You understand? But it's natural. Me see a
It
woman out
come
there
out.
and she don't look like my girl. My girl hotter than her by 100%. Like,
Hey,
but
may I
me
go say
still not put a
something?
one fuck on her.
May I
And
go
that's how
say
me
something
feel
now?
inside.
Well,
Naturally.
probably me gonna get flagged for this, but
So
this is
yeah,
just
but a truth we are
my
talk.
theory. My theory is, if you really
Yeah.
think about it, a woman's vagina, right? It serves her no purpose other than sex and childbirth. If you think about it, it serves
No,
her no
no,
other
that's not
purpose.
true. That's not true.
Hold it, you
Well, she
don't
has
need
to
it.
It
urinate.
helps a
Hold
lot
it.
with mental health.
No, hold on. The urine a different hole. It's actually three holes there.
Well, it did
There's
that.
the
It did that
It's
right. That's a
getting
door.
interesting.
there's
It did
one
right.
I'm
That's a
telling
person.
door.
you, no. That shit has everything to do with our mental health. Fuck babies and taking cocky mental health. Taking
Well,
this is it's a lot.
your mental, your mental health, your mental health, your mental health is just a variable to it.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Remember, you have one hole that
I'm
you
just kidding.
urine through. Then you have the one where you have sex with, and you have childbirth. Then you have one where you let out excrete from. For us men, we don't have that. It's one thing where we have, and we both use it for sex and to urine and to, you know, send whatever. So that's why our one is beneficial. Plus, that's where we develop testosterone from, you know, that region.
So you
Yo,
saying
let
y'all
me tell you
shit more
something.
powerful?
See,
I'm
and
not saying it's powerful. I'm just saying.
more women
I'm
feel
saying I know
understand.
used to you, and I know used to you, basically. If you think
Okay.
about
It
it.
are more used to we. We enjoy. I mean, like, me understand where I come from still.
Yeah. Okay.
See,
Okay.
like,
Just like a man can hold it. A man can enjoy himself by playing with himself and thing there. The most you could do is maybe on the outside, and if you have something to go inside, you can explore inside of yourself.
Not inside. No, definitely. I mean, some people do. I guess.
as him build with the tool, we're supposed to explore inside of you. That's how the thing
Yeah.
set up. You
Yeah.
pum pum under you, but not really for you.
Yeah.
You understand what me I say?
And that's how I feel. I know it ain't for me. I know it ain't for me. It ain't. It ain't mine. It ain't. I swear to God. It is not mine. I
I get
promise.
spicy, I know. It I
I
get
don't even
spicy,
know
but
what
the
to do
truth
with it.
is,
I
you
promise
see,
you.
let me tell you no, let me tell you something, woman. See? You see, if you really want hold your man, I don't leave you and go away for nothing. You see, if you set up your relationship in a way where you know what, your man can have sex with different women, just sex or whatever, how you can start out that. You see, if you can start out that type of situation, that man will probably never ever left you.
I don't
Oftentimes, the man
think
will leave.
that.
The man, oftentimes, him just want to feel that one day, you know. I him
I
just
don't
want,
think
because it's
that him
natural. It's
leaving.
natural for him. It's like a hunter. A hunter just want to hunt. And even though them don't eat the meat, they just kill. It's just for the hunt. A hunter hunt. And a man
But
is
what
a
on the know?
hunter.
What on the know? What on the know do? Because we can't talk like the woman them invisible now. The woman, just like how it's natural for the man to do that, it's natural for the woman don't want the man to go do that. You
Exactly. We
understand?
understand that too.
Because we naturally territorial and stuff like that.
They're very territorial,
Understand.
and
We
they
understand that
believe
part
that
too.
any
But
other vagina is going to threaten their stability and income. So
And it does.
you have to think about that as well. So we
understand
got to
that
be
too.
careful because
That's what
when
We
I'm
we're
saying.
understand
The
speaking,
rules come in.
stability.
That's where rules come in.
well,
You
when
know,
we're speaking in
That's where,
terms like this,
but listen
is
up.
yeah, go
No.
on.
It's a
Listen, no,
no.
that you're not talking about that. That's where when these women are talk about them man that were financially stable and them man that were have that so them live and that them want and them now go sacrifice that for nothing. You
I
understand
think
what I say?
I
The
think I
1% of
think
man
I
that
think
we want, we have everything already, we have everything set and everything lined up. That's the type of life he want. He want a submissive woman and he want the freedom to do what he want when he want.
no,
That's why he
but
did work so hard and build up
he not
himself to that level.
necessarily
So he have
exercise
that
the
freedom.
option. He not
And that's the
necessarily
truth.
exercise the
Simple
option
truth.
though.
Woman asks the truth, when they get truth.
Him don't have to necessarily exercise the option though. But even if you think about it, the wife have to say, sit down and have a discuss and say, okay, then don't bring no kids, don't embarrass me, and don't bring
Work
back
out.
no disease.
Some
And that's
you
farmer
give
whatever.
a
come.
Because
nigga an inch, he gonna take a foot. Women, don't do
not
it.
necessarily, not
It's
necessarily
not
Don't
because
true.
do
look,
it.
That's
even
not
Give
what's
him an
his
true.
inch,
name,
he
Bill
take a
Gates.
foot.
Hold it.
Anyway,
Bill Gates have his wife and he has a
Well, you better
girlfriend.
you gonna
That
do it
his
anyway. You
wife,
better sneak and do it, and you better
his
keep it real
wife.
cute and real
when you
clean.
say you want honesty, then oh y'all get
No,
honesty.
I don't give a fuck. You better not be
So
telling
you
me you about
really
to go.
don't
That's
want
what
honesty
always
then?
say.
I'm about to sit on the couch while you say, "Oh yeah, I'm about to go to Shanice's house." Shit,
No,
me
no, no, no,
Shanice's
no, no,
house.
no.
No, that's
Not in a
different. That's
disrespectful
different.
way. As I
That's not a
said, it's
disrespectful way.
something
And
have to
same
work
thing
out in a
where
way where you understand
Men are
both
so
parties.
sloppy. Men are so sloppy. They can't. Even if he holding it down, he gonna end up slipping up and saying in a way that the
Yeah,
woman.
because it's not because him don't like you, it's not because him don't love you,
I
it's
think women are
because
more
it's
caught
by
up on the
nature.
words when it
It's
comes to certain
natural.
things. Where we can say something to a lady and certain words trigger you in the sentence that you don't hear nothing else what we say for the rest of the sentence.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
you just triggered. Like we was having a conversation on a live before, and him used the word what owner or property, refer to the lady as property, and it's like they just get caught up on the word property.
In one
It's
word.
like they can't let it go. You don't hear nothing else. The statement said they just stuck on the word property.
I was listening to an interview with Andrew Tate and Pierce Morgan, and when Andrew Tate said, you know, a woman is my property or something like that, Pierce Morgan could not move on.
Damn.
You see what I say? But this is what I always say now. Woman asks the truth, but this is my finding that women can't deal with truth.
No, I can't deal with the truth then. Honestly, if you telling me that the truth is that you about to nah, I can't even say it.
Are we trying to say, or are we trying to have a consensus here that women are men's property?
No, we're trying to have a consensus here that all men are going to go fuck a little bit.
I mean, even what's his name?
I think I'm hearing something completely different. I'm not saying what you just said is invalid, but I'm hearing something about. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Are we trying to agree that women are men's property?
No.
Let's be careful now. Let's be careful.
I'm not saying that they're men's property, but you have people who claim.
You was talking about a conversation, and now the one word just changed the whole conversation.
Well, guess what? When you use a word like that, it's going to change the conversation.
You don't feel
it's going to change the conversation because there's a whole lot more words you could use other than that word.
There's a whole lot of words, you know. But Zane, but my woman and my woman,
which other word would you use then?
I don't care which word they want to use. My woman and my woman.
I feel like women are. I mean, and that might sound so stupid. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like in a way there's some truth to that. I kind of feel that a little bit, like I belong to you in a way, like you possess me in a way that maybe I shouldn't feel like that, and maybe that's. But I do feel like I'm kind of like his.
Because this is
no. I don't agree with none of that. No human being belongs to no other human being.
We're not saying that.
What is for you cannot be on for you. So if you could be on for me later on down the line, that you don't belong to me.
Man. See that all the time, man.
Yeah. So it's not. You don't. A human being is not binary.
People give away and sell possessions all the time.
I don't know.
What I'm talking about is people are not binary. You're not property like a car. You have emotions. You have spirits. You have, right? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we know that.
So when you speak in terms like that, you're now.
We can get technical. But what it was my kids them, and my kids them. Zane, I feel them. If you want to use the word property, I feel me property them. I feel them.
All right. Well, on
my woman.
All right. Let's use your
my
example.
Children and my family, I feel me them.
All right.
I don't care if you want to use the word property or not. I feel me them.
All right.
Until they're not mine anymore, I feel me them.
Yeah.
So when I'm on said this is my wife, right? We understand.
Say this is my property.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So why would you choose to use the word property when you say property it has
the people when they say property, right?
Right, but it also devalues. You're not going to say my boy over here is my property. That's not an inanimate object. That's a person.
So
you got to be careful. You got to be careful when you use words like that.
Well, I know. But you could say that's my boy, and you could say that's my people's, right?
Right.
Yeah, but it's the same thing it really means, though.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. You can't say the same because it's different. It's not the same, bro. You devalue a human being when you speak to them in terms of their like. It's like slave, bro.
I agree. You know, there's many other words you could use other than property. I do agree.
Because here's why I'm triggered by that.
It doesn't trigger me.
This is why it triggers me, because that's what the white man used to claim that we're their property, like we're nothing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you use that word right there, it's a devaluing word.
Right.
Let's not convolute it, man. We know what we're doing here. Like we're trying to be truthful.
I take the point that he was trying to make though is one word can just take the whole attention from the point
As
of
it
the
did right now.
conversation,
As it
and
did
now
again.
the
Well,
word becomes the center.
words are powerful, bro. Words are powerful.
It's
All
very
right,
People
so let me
can't.
powerful.
ask then, other than
Most.
saying that is your
Go ahead.
wife, other than saying
Say
that is
again.
your wife, I say other than saying that is your wife and property, other than those two words, which other words can we use instead then?
There's not
Why
many.
would you want to use any other words? If you could communicate that amicably, why would you want to use any other words? Unless you're trying to trigger a conversation. You know what I mean? Unless you're trying to purposefully trigger a
I
conversation.
wouldn't say
We no,
Why
we
not?
purposely
just
trigger.
Hey,
looking
why not? Okay,
we're just looking for
why
synonyms.
if a white guy said, hey, this African American guy over here, he's driving a pretty nice car, and or if he said, hey, this nigger over here, he's driving a pretty nice car, it's the same thing, right?
I may
Context,
understand where you come from.
context,
Big of
bro.
you
Let's
again.
not
See,
do this dumb shit. It's context. We
But
can't.
what I'm
Words
saying is,
words are
context,
what I
words
want you
are
to
powerful.
very
understand is,
powerful, and the way
like,
they are used.
I feel like I do understand both sides, but it is a fact that it's not many words in the English language that you can use to describe wife other than property in a way.
By saying that
No,
she's
this
my
is my
wife,
wife.
I'm
This
saying
is
that
my spouse.
she's
This is
my,
my
it's
wife. This
mine,
is
it's
my
my
spouse.
property,
This is
it's
my
my.
partner.
I mean,
This
the
is my
word
Partner.
property
friend.
might come off.
There's a plethora of words you could use.
Yeah.
Listen, man, let's not play these games, man. When we use a certain words, you either do it to trigger or you do it to garner some type of feedback.
Okay. I
And
got
and we
you.
know what we're doing
Well,
when we use words, bro. We know what we're doing.
I think property,
Yes.
when they say
Okay. I
property,
got
is
you. I
like
follow
it's
you.
showing a more deep, I would say in their mind, they're probably assuming a more deeper connection to it. When they say my property is, it's like I have a
No,
strong
what that's
thing
the
that I'm not,
ego. That's the ego coming out
I'm,
there. That's the ego and devaluing women.
because
When you speak with
no,
women in
not
those terms, you're
hold on. It's not
devaluing
just
them.
women. It's not just women. I'm speaking because I we hear Jamaican woman say yo to her man say yo I feel me property this, and if you go they go cheat me, you go cut off your this and that, or you whatever
Yeah,
you have
me
between
not
your
talk
legs.
about no little galabala,
I
brother.
think
Me I
it
talk about
depends on
some
who's
full,
saying it
Go
too.
watch this.
context. I'm talking about in
Yeah, I
full
think it's a
context because
context
gonna
and
have
who's saying
you
it.
always gonna have fool
Like
people.
for example, if I look at any of you guys and say, hey, yo, that's my nigga, it would come off cool, all right. But if I was
Mm-hmm.
white and I said the same thing, it probably wouldn't be
Right.
that cool. So it's
You
all about
understand?
who's
So
saying it and the context if you
yeah,
said it.
it's a powerful thing, man. Yes,
That's
we
just how
can't.
words work.
Yeah.
But we don't really
Listen,
want to
man,
stop
get this.
on words, right? We want to
Yeah.
rewind and go back to truth.
Mm.